Welcome to the Absolute Rankers rankings of various urban rapid transport in the UK. I have visited and used all of these systems on multiple occasions in the last few months and present to you my rankings. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Your opinions will probably be different from mine. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Alright, let's go. Number 12, West Yorkshire. So the West Yorkshire Daysaver covers most of West Yorkshire, and it allows you to use buses and trains throughout the county to towns and cities like Leeds, Bradford, Huddersfield, Halifax, etc. At a full price for an adult of about £10, it's not a bad deal, and you can buy multi-day tickets as well. It doesn't have its own specific mode of transport, it just uses train companies like Northern or Cross Country and bus companies like Arriva. The problem is, it is hard to find any information online about the Daysaver, what times you can use it, where you can go to, etc. And when I asked at the kiosk at Leeds Station, the person in the ticket office didn't know what I was talking about. Due to that and the lack of alternative transport apart from trains and buses, West Yorkshire Daysaver is bottom of the pile. Additionally, if you find yourself in Wakefield or Dewsbury and some other towns as well, I believe, there are free town buses that take you all around the shopping areas of the different towns. And if you find yourself in Leeds, around the railway station, stay away from this absolute nutter here. Number 11, the Glasgow Subway. The Glasgow Subway was opened in 1896, the third oldest subway system in the world behind London and Budapest. It was opened as a circular dual line 6.5 miles with one line running clockwise, the other line running anti-clockwise, and it's remained the same ever since. With just 15 stations, it doesn't really cover that much of Glasgow, which is a sprawling city, covers some parts of the city centre. It's useful if you want to get to Ibrox Park or to partake in the Subway pub crawl, where the aim is to drink in 15 pubs in 15 hours. But really the service is quite limited, with a full loop of the system taking just 24 minutes. An all-day ticket is only £4.45, which you can't have any complaints about. Well, you could if you knew that it only cost £2.60 in 2013, but I digress. The press called the subway the Clockwork Orange due to its distinctive pattern and livery. Lots of talk has been made of extending the subway, but that's all it's been, talk, which is why Glasgow Subway is number 11 on this list. Number 10, the South Wales Metro. Now, the South Wales Metro is a work in progress. Since 2020, loads of money has gone into a brand new depot, new trains, and electrification of the lines. There are plans for light rail to accompany the current heavy rail, and also a tramway from central Cardiff to Cardiff Bay. Essentially, the South Wales Metro is used to connect Cardiff and Newport with the valleys serving towns such as Edinburgh Vale, Aberdare and Merthyr Tydfil. Generally, the fares are pretty reasonable. I think I paid about £5.50 for a return ticket from Cardiff to Edinburgh Vale. About the same to go to Caerphilly and on to Bargoed. And the trains are very new. Had a lot of funding from the European Union, I believe. And still in good nick. Sadly, there's no Daysaver ticket yet, so sort that out, South Wales Metro, because it'd been quite nice to use it to go up and down the valleys and do a bit of exploring with, but it is a work in progress and things are only going to get better. Number 10, Blackpool Tramway. Finally, we're on the trams. The trams here in Blackpool are as iconic as the Tower, the Pleasure Beach, and the people stumbling around pissed as a fart. Running for 11 miles, mostly along the seafront, running between Blackpool and Fleetwood, it's one of the oldest electric tramways in the world, running since 1885, and it's the second oldest in the UK after the Volks Railway in Brighton. Incidentally, Volks Railway will not be featured in this list as it's just too damn small. The trams here in Blackpool have 40 stops, and they're not exactly the fastest mode of transport, but they do have better views of the seafront than you would get in a car, with the tram line running closer to the seafront than the road. There used to be dozens of electric tramways in the UK, like Blackpool's, even in small towns like Camborne in Cornwall, Accrington in Lancashire, even in my hometown of Sheerness in Kent, but the vast majority have been closed. In fact, from when Glasgow closed theirs in 1962 to when Manchester opened theirs in 1992, Blackpool was the only British place with a tramway. In 1960, Blackpool did close large sections of their track, mainly around the town and the shopping areas. In 2024, a line of track opened to take passengers to Blackpool North Railway Station. The stop furthest north is Fleetwood Ferry, from where you can get a ferry across to Knott End, a 5 to 10 minute boat ride. Remember to take a few quid with you if you do go there, as it's cash only. There's conductors on board the trams to take your fare, and as of 2025, when I was there, an adult day ticket was £6.60. In the evenings, it can get a little bit rowdy, but good fun on board. Number 8, the West Midlands Metro. The West Midlands Metro is just under 15 miles in length, and it consists of just one line between Edgbaston village in Birmingham, along 33 stops via central Birmingham, Bilston, West Bromwich and Wednesbury, terminating in Wolverhampton. Another line to Dudley should be opening by Christmas 2025, a year later than originally planned, and then there'll be another section added on to that, going on to Brierley Hill, estimated in 2028. I did actually go along and have a look in Dudley, and it seems very optimistic that they'll be open for Christmas in 2025. These images were taken in late September 2025. So the Metro opened in 1999 and has been extended several times since. The trams are pretty sleek and modern and easy enough to use. You can board without a ticket, and the conductor will come round and collect your fare. The area is worked out into 4 different zones, and the maximum daily amount across all 4 is just £5.40, which is pretty decent value for money. It feels safe with the conductor on board, and the trams do pick up quite a bit of speed out of the city centre, topping out at 43 miles an hour. It is a little bit limited, of course, with just the one line at the moment, so it'll be nice when some more lines open in the future. How plausible that is in such a heavily built up area, I don't know. Another line that's planned is to service Curzon Street to link up with the HS2 railway, but I wouldn't hold your breath for that one. Latest estimated finish date for that is 2035 for the High Speed 2 railway, so I can't see the Metro line being built for that anytime soon. Number 7, the Nottingham Express Transit, the NET. It's a 2-line tramway running for about 20 miles, both lines running from north to south. It opened in 2004 at half its current size, and it was extended in 2015. So the city of Nottingham is the 3rd fastest growing urban area in Britain, so don't be surprised to see it extend again. There aren't any conductors on board these trains, so you have to buy your tickets in advance. If you get caught, I imagine you get a big fine. So you can use contactless tap and go. That's the most easy thing if you're a visitor like I was. Just remember to tap out on the way out. An all-day adult ticket is £6.70, so it's not too bad. It's useful to get to the city centre, obviously, the outskirts, and to the mainline railway station. And the trams do look good as they're arriving and departing the old market square there. So, yeah, pretty pleasant, punctual, and a pretty decent service, the NET. Number 6, the South Yorkshire Supertram. Pretty grand name for a tramway that links Sheffield with Rotherham. The South Yorkshire Supertram has 4 lines covering 50 stops over 21.5 miles and with an impressive top speed of 55 miles an hour. Sheffield's first tramway dates back to 1873, but that version was closed in 1960, with buses being preferred by councils at the time. In 1994, the modern version was opened up between Sheffield and Meadowhall Shopping Centre, and for the first few years, didn't do very well at all. A complex and expensive ticketing system meant passengers stuck to the buses. Eventually, after the turn of the millennium, things did start to improve, although plans to run trams to Barnsley and Doncaster have been shelved. In 2018, the tram started to run along the railway line to Rotherham and terminating at Parkgate Shopping Centre, and that made a bad start too, due to a lorry running a red light and causing a collision on the very first day that line opened. I'm pleased to say it ran smoothly when I used it, both up to Hillsborough, the home of Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, and up to Parkgate, Rotherham. Conductors are on the trams, and you can buy on-board adult all-day tickets for £5.30 if I'm not mistaken. The trams do look picturesque in the city of Sheffield, especially gleaming as they are here in the sunlight with the lovely architecture in the background. It seems though that the old man hasn't got much time for him. Number 5, Merseyrail. Opened in 1886 and extended in 1977 when tunnels below the Mersey between Liverpool and Birkenhead were built. Merseyrail covers 69 stations across Merseyside and parts of Lancashire and Cheshire. The Northern Line runs across the city from Liverpool South Parkway north towards Southport via Bootle and Formby, Ormskirk via Aintree or Kirkby, and the Wirral Line running from Liverpool Lime Street to West Kirby or New Brighton and Cheshire or Ellesmere Port, all via various stations in Birkenhead. An all-day, all-zones adult ticket is just £6.40, which is a bargain, to be honest. You can have your breakfast in Southport, lunch in Liverpool and dinner in Chester if you wanted to. The trains are pretty much standard trains you can find anywhere in the country, just without the ridiculous price of the tickets. Not only is it economical, it also had the most satisfied surveyed customers in the country and the best punctuality in the country at 89%. Most of the service is overground, some of the Liverpool sections obviously, and of course the River Mersey underground. Of course there is the famous ferry across the Mersey if you want to go to Birkenhead and look at murals of Lily Savage. Whatever floats your boat. Get it? Floats your boat? Never mind. Let's move on. Number 4, Edinburgh. Now you're probably going to think Edinburgh is a bit of a controversial choice at number 4 above Liverpool and Sheffield. Hear me out. So Edinburgh just has this one tram line and it only runs for 11.5 miles through Edinburgh and Leith between Newhaven and Edinburgh Airport. But it runs through Leith Walk, Princes Street, Haymarket, Murrayfield Rugby Stadium, and of course it's convenient for the airport. And look at those seats, those leather seats. Edinburgh just seems to do things with a bit more panache, a bit more style. These leather seats, you won't find that on any other tram or probably any other public transport in Britain outside of first class seating. So Edinburgh Trams then. It takes about 35 minutes from the airport to the city centre and about 55 minutes from the Edinburgh Airport to Newhaven, i.e. the full run. An adult day ticket costs £5.50 within the city or £12.50 across the network if you're using the airport. You can buy tickets beforehand, you can buy them on board from the conductor, or you can tap in on contactless. Don't forget to tap out, of course. The tram system is relatively new, having been opened in 2014. It's a good way to see the city. It's not exactly as good as obviously an open bus ticket, but it's a fair bit cheaper. And well, it looks very picturesque. Again, like Sheffield, the trams look very picturesque going through Leith Walk and especially down Princes Street. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I know it's controversial and it's not exactly a long line of 11.5 miles. It's Edinburgh and I find it hard to be objective when it comes to Edinburgh. It is one of my favourite cities in the country after all. Number 3, Manchester Metrolink. Now this is a proper public transport system. Manchester Metrolink has a whopping 99 stops along 64 miles of track across 8 different lines. And that's just the tramway. There's dozens and dozens of commuter rail, even canal boats, and loads of buses as well. So on the tram line, you can go to both Manchester United and Manchester City football stadiums, the Trafford Centre, Deansgate, Market Street, Piccadilly. You can go to Manchester Airport. Loads of towns around Greater Manchester like Bury, Rochdale, Altrincham, Oldham, Ashton-under-Lyne, Didsbury, Eccles, Sale. I could go on. Some of it runs on the street, some of it on specific lines for the trams, and some of it on former railway lines. Opened in 1992 and pioneered really a new wave of tram lines being opened in the UK. Since then, the line has been expanded multiple times from its humble beginnings as just the one line from Bury to Manchester Victoria. The cost for an adult all-day ticket is £7.80, that's for all zones off-peak, and that includes bus travel on the B network as well. If for some bizarre reason you might want to go to Swinton or Salford or somewhere like that, that isn't covered by the trams. Make sure you buy before you get on or tap in and tap out to get the best fare. Back in the day, Manchester had an even larger tram system. In 1930, it covered 163 miles, which is crazy. That closed in 1949. In 2024, the ridership was higher than ever before at 42 million journeys, and it's the largest light rail network in Britain. The Mayor, Andy Burnham, has also recently announced plans for an underground subway system with £2.5 billion funding secured to create 2, possibly 3 new city centre tunnels. Number 2 is the Tyne and Wear Metro. The Tyne and Wear Metro is a light rail system that runs overground mostly, but in some parts also underground. It's just under 28 miles in length with 2 lines covering 60 stations. So a lot smaller than the Manchester Metro network, but I prefer it subjectively. Let me take you through then. So it services the cities of Newcastle and Sunderland and the towns of Gateshead, North and South Shields, Whitley Bay, Wallsend and more, plus Newcastle Airport and the stadiums of Newcastle United and Sunderland AFC. The Metro line is 45 years old, opening in 1980, with most of the infrastructure for it already being in place from closed down previous railways. It crosses 2 bridges, one across the Tyne and one across the Wear, and it's generally a nice experience. It's more comfortable than the tram systems, which is part of the reason it gets a higher position in the rankings, and an all-day ticket on all zones including the airport costs £7.50. Another nice feature included with the all-day ticket is it includes a ferry ride from North to South Shields or vice versa, or both. You can use it as many times as you like. But this is why Tyne and Wear Metro gets the number 2 spot, because of these views, the variety and the landscapes as well. So you see the seaside, you'll see forest, you'll see trees, you'll see the city, and you get the ferry ride. Gets a thumbs up from me. Number 1 is London. Well, it had to be London, didn't it? I mean, London Underground, London Overground, Docklands Light Railway, Tramlink, Uber boats, and even a cable car. Now, first off, we all know it ain't cheap. The ticketing system is complicated, but on all zones, apart from Gatwick Airport, all-day travel card is £16.30 for an adult. Best thing to do is tap in and tap out to get the lowest fare. London Underground is the oldest subway system in the world. It has 11 lines covering 250 miles of track, and 3.25 million journeys are made on it every day. London Overground was opened in 2007, taking over previous rail routes, and that has a length of around 104 miles and serves 113 stations across 6 lines. Just to be confusing, some of the underground lines run overground and some of the overground lines run underground. The Docklands Light Railway, that opened in 1987 and has been extended multiple times to its current 24 miles length. I remember going on this as a kid and it blew my mind, a train without a driver. And it's still impressive now, especially as it winds its way through the skyscrapers of the City of London. The Tramlink covers South London from Wimbledon to either Beckenham Junction or New Addington via Mitcham and Croydon. The Thames Clippers run from Putney Pier in the southwest to Barking Riverside in the east, and the cost isn't covered by the travel card. This is separate. It's £22.10 currently for an all-day, all-zone adult ticket. Then of course you have the iconic double-decker buses. You get the best views from the top deck on those. Personally, I prefer to take those to any other modes of transport as long as I'm not in a rush, just so I can sit and watch the world go by. And then the black cabs, obviously, and the biggest railway stations in the country. Yeah, London, it's a mega city, isn't it? So it was always going to be number one. Well, that's about it. Let me know what you think in your comments. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.